Hello, everyone. My name is Ben with ChainGuardians. Welcome back to the Cryptoverse. I'm joined by an esteemed panel of individuals today, as always. We have our world-class artist, Noi, who's going to be joining us, and Carlos, who's making his first ever ChainGuardians appearance, doing some meditation, trying to calm that hair down a little bit before we get into things. And then we have our lovely founders, Emma and Rob, as well. Today is just going to be an AMA type of video. A lot of these questions were submitted to us via Twitter, and we're going to get to it. I mean, the last 2 months has been extremely busy since IDO launch. It's been wildly successful, and we just wanted to create this as an opportunity for us to be able to check in and answer some community questions. So, Emma, we're going to start with you. Articulate
Wow.
Articulate ASMR asks, what are some of the team's milestones for the rest of the year?
Wow. That's a tough question. Actually, no. We have so much going on. But then I'll say top of my mind, few things are we'll continue, of course, roll out the game, the role-playing game, including PvP that's coming. A lot of the feature has been added into the role-playing game, and then right now it's on the community internal testing. I think recently we roll out a Twitter poll to invite people to join for the RPG testing. And beside gaming, I'll say we're going to start to explore on the 3D side, and we'll have something. Probably we can start talk about it later on, but I won't share too much at the moment. And but on the backing on the tech side, since we are a blockchain project, I do wanted to say that one of our focus is will be continue to work with different projects on tech integration. Especially, we recently just released a character with Chainlink, and we do wanted to continue use our VRF functionality. We actually have something in the pipeline that we're going to roll out. We're pretty exciting as well. So we'll see that coming later this year as well. Of course, one of the most popular game that everybody love right now is the mining game. So on the mining game side, we wanted to actually rolling out more features and also adding more rewards as we continue adding more partners. So I'll say those are some of the key deliverable. Of course, I forgot merchandise. So as some of you might know or might not know that we are actually going to start release some exciting merchandise. And this is where I will call my friend to say, Noi to actually maybe kind of share some of the development that he has been start helping us to design. Just don't share too much, just share a little bit. Just don't leak too much, but we're allowed to leak. So Noi, over to you.
We did not rehearse this, so I don't. She didn't mention what I could leak and cannot leak. So I'm just gonna mention a whole bunch of things, and some of it may or may not happen.
That's the beauty here, Noi, is that I can edit all of it out in case founders come in and say audited. It's
Yeah,
not happening.
yeah. Did you
Just
hear
show
about our
them the
Kickstarter game?
toys.
What?
Just show them all your toys, and we're making this, we're making that.
Yeah, no. I don't even know what we're making. First of all, I think we're making T-shirts, right? We can
Yeah,
say that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Of
Yeah, for
course.
sure. That's super exciting as well. Carlos has the connections. Uh, the stuff that they're doing on that site is crazy. It's funny because I can't. Was it Emma that showed me the website, or was it Carlos? I can't even remember. But it's when I saw it, I'm like, this is perfectly in line with like the designs that I would come up with. So
Yeah, that was
it's like
Carlos.
it's almost like a perfect fit. But outside of that, I think we want to start transitioning a lot of this the digital stuff into physical things. Like we have big ideas for like a resin toy, um, cards potentially, a comic book. Um, I'm not gonna mention. I almost said something, but I'm not gonna say it. Uh, yeah, a ton of stuff. So I actually made some prototypes of cards.
Wow.
A lot of the internal team has already seen these, but yeah, these are just prototypes. I just have this really badass printer that prints like professional quality stuff, and this is the back. Has an autograph. As you can see, blank out of 10. It's just a mock-up. It really doesn't mean anything. That's Aaron. This is
So
another
cool.
sample.
Ooh, you got both.
Oh
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
She's
yeah.
pretty.
Yes.
Sexy.
That one,
Gosh.
guys. Sever's gonna go crazy for them.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
will. You're
And I
gonna
want
get in a bidding war, and Sever's gonna be involved.
this is one of
Yeah.
Wow,
them.
chain link.
From the back, the
Yay.
chain link. They look better in person actually. The colors really pop, and it's really awesome kind of just seeing it on the desktop And I think if we start giving these out, it'll be a constant reminder, even when people have their computers off, that Chainlink is always, not Chainlink, but ChainGuardians is always with them. It's a constant reminder to buy stuff.
Should I start buying a shelf and then just to
Of
collect it,
course.
right? Yeah.
Of course, you want all of them, right? You want all of them.
So I
I
guess we
mean-
can confirm now that there might be some giveaways, community-oriented giveaways coming up with those types of projects, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, right, Emma?
Sure. We actually, you know what?
smiling,
We
so-
actually printed some T-shirts, so we'll start giving those away first for sure. But once we
Yeah.
figure out, how to make this, we'll make them as a giveaway as well, for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, that's kind of a great segue there for Carlos. And Carlos, I know you haven't really had too much screen time with us. Do you want to give a kind of a brief introduction in terms of who you are, what your position is in ChainGuardians, and then we'll get to your question here in a moment.
Yeah, I'm working on the marketing end and trying to just create, I would say, innovative ideas or different ideas for marketing within the crypto space. Just being an investor myself for a while now, and a marketer, I've become really bored with the sometimes monotonous approach to marketing in the space, where it's always, did you read the white paper? Did you read the pinned messages on Telegram? Like, tag, and retweet for this and that. So we're trying to kind of spice things up a little bit and experiment with some strategies that we all know from some of our favorite brands and outside of the crypto space, and hopefully by doing that we can help grow the bubble a little bit, right? So instead of just competing for that slice of the pie within the crypto space, we're actually tapping into markets outside of the crypto space and bringing people over and introducing them to crypto with fun, right? With gaming and just different strategies that everyone's more familiar with.
Yeah, I think
And
go for it.
some examples of that could be like Vapor 95, right? The company that we're partnered with to create our merch. We're Noise made these amazing designs that go really well together with what already is similar to what they're using, and then we're taking the next level up, like adding QR codes that would represent the NFTs as well. So now you have a physical attachment to those NFTs, and some other ideas that we're still developing as well to kind of elevate that a little bit as well. And speaking of Vapor 95, they just dropped NFTs that went for 41 ETH
Wow.
yesterday.
Whoa. Wow.
Pretty nuts. So they're going to be doing some cool stuff in the space as well. I'm excited that we're partnering up with them.
Yeah, that's
cool.
awesome. Yeah, it's exciting to see kind of the marketing plan that we have laid out. I know, Carlos, you and I have been doing a lot of things behind the scene. We've seen a little bit of frustrations on some fronts from certain community members, I guess you could say. But I know what we're focused on is long-term sustainable growth and out of the normalized sphere of what traditional marketing looks like in this space. So, well, it's exciting. We'll be able to roll some of that stuff coming out here shortly. This is a question again from Articulate ASMR, and then Carlos, you can obviously phone a friend as needed if you don't feel comfortable answering this question. But how do you believe, if at all, the impact has impacted the teams and token development? And we'll also add marketing strategies on there as well.
Yeah, that's a loaded question as well. The pandemic has just impacted so many things. The economy, our personal time, right, and how we spend our time. For a long time, we couldn't even go outside, so it just propelled our digital life even more, right? So we're spending a lot more time online. We're taking a lot more interest on things online, which also coincides with the rise of NFTs, right? And in mainstream media. So now people are starting to gain interest in a lot of these different aspects, and it just feels more natural. It doesn't feel like such a crazy idea like NFTs were, a year ago or 2 years ago. It seems a little more natural for people to understand these things. And now if you start combining the network effect that ChainGuardians has built already, right, with all these partnerships, it's really easy for people to get involved and connect on different layers, and then starts mixing with the economy as well, right? It feels like you can be an early investor into these huge projects after seeing everything that's happened, last March and where we are now. It's pretty exciting to be a part of all of this right now.
Yeah,
Can
absolutely.
I add? May I?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. I also just wanted to say that token also give our community member a chance to have, for us actually, to build in this play to earn concept, right? So that token can actually, our community member can actually earn the token as part of the utility token. So it's integrated with whole ecosystem. So I think that's already the beauty of the token. That's why we actually allocated a big percentage. Mostly goes back to the community, so that user can use it for play to earn, and then it's all about rewarding the member. Because the reasons being that as a gamer, like a lot of us, I think most of us play video games or any type of games, and then you spend a lot of money, and you do know that you end up just always the game developer end up making the money, and then nothing, the gamer earns nothing from it, right? So I think this really is a game changer for like the whole gaming community members. So
Yeah,
it's very exciting.
Absolutely. I think, Emma, you obviously you know the company more than anyone, being the CEO of ChainGuardians, but I think that every single time we get on these type of live streams or videos, so have you, the focus is always, the vision is always, ChainGuardians is aiming to become the go-to blockchain gaming project in the space. And so obviously we have a lot of things in store to make that happen. Just to piggyback off of that response, obviously there's as Carlos stated, there's been a lot of people impacted, as we've all been impacted by COVID. So we are going to continue, and hopefully, Emma, you can confirm this for me. We're going to continue to do all those charity events through our number threes that we can auction off, and do our part to the best of our ability to make sure that we're giving back and helping people that are maybe in less fortunate circumstances than we are as we continue to move forward.
Yeah,
All right.
100%. And then just to add to it, we are actually working with 2 different projects as well to do release of NFT that will be actually all goes to charity. So that's coming up in this quarter as well. So there's a lot of things that we want to give back to community while we have the chance, And in this COVID time, I think really there's a lot of unfortunate places that needs our help. So we'll do the best we can as a project to support it. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Rob, it's time. I'm bringing you on. You ready for it?
I was just kind of relaxing, letting the important people answer the questions.
All right. This is from adix_Mirake. Asks, the development of the 3D fighting game, is it going well? And do we have an approximate date for the first footage of this?
Honest answer, no. So to be honest with you, like, I think that the key thing is with this, we can throw together some 3D models and we can put them into a metaverse that's already there. Let's say, like, obviously we've got very strong affiliations with Decentraland. We're big fans of like Sandbox. We know of some other metaverses that are going to be up and coming, which we're also excited about too, which I won't speak about just yet. And we can build 3D models for them. We can animate them. We can gamify them probably fairly quickly, and bring use case in there. And we do kind of plan on doing that. So if that's what the question is referring to, maybe beginning of Q4, you can go in and you can see 3D characters of ChainGuardians now at our headquarters and stuff. So we have got 3D models. That's not a problem. I think the main thing is at this stage that we're still assessing, I think is the right word, and also measuring the kind of sentiment amongst our community for the next type of game. We have already begun, I would say, researching the type of game that we want to build, or that we thought we wanted to build. But I think one thing that game devs have to consider in the blockchain space is it's not just we create a game, whether that be an MMO, whether it be an RPG, whether it be a fighter, a platform, whatever it may be, and then you just throw it out there and everybody enjoys the game wicked. With blockchain, you've got to consider all the blockchain integration alongside that, and you've got to consider the best way to monetize for play to earn to be realized for the community members. So can we just create any 3D game that everyone enjoy? Yeah, probably. We need to make sure that we're making the right decisions for sustainability of that 3D game when considering things like play to earn. So I would say at this stage, we're probably still assessing what type of game we want to build. Our initial roadmap indicated that we wanted to go we wanted to create like a fighter type game, a little bit like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, if you like, 3D with the Guardians. But the more and more we've seen the community kind of talk about certain platforms, what maybe might be more exciting within a play to earn concept is more like a MOBA type game, something a little bit more akin to the more sort of like strategy-based things. So this all determines the type of 3D models that we'd need to build and the type of game development that we'd need to build and the game engine that we would use. So a long answer to a short question is that we're a little ways off, I think, in terms of showing some, actually kind of having an alpha. But, we have always accelerated when needed, and we will definitely do so. Obviously, we're a growing team as well, and I think that as we continue to grow over the next month or so, we'll be able to be in a stronger position to give a more refined date on when 3D will be coming. And that's if we don't just decide to create some experiences in the metaverses in the meantime as well.
Perfect. Thanks, Rob. So just to reiterate, kind of beginning of Q4 is when we can expect to see a little bit more of a concrete outline.
Yeah, I think so. I think, we would like to have at least some early access kind of gameplay, even if it's just an experience and not the fully developed thing. As per our roadmap, that's what we'd always kind of outlined. We just want to be able to offer users a snapshot and to look, this is what we're building. And it's obviously we're going down that 3D route, more in line with what traditional gamers and AAA games studios would be building.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Emma, we're going to come back to you. This is from 108 Baka 108, who asks, I have noticed a lot more people are mining now, and this is given the integration of the PayPayMon and Bondly and some of the other NFTs that we've incorporated into this platform. And the question goes on to ask, is there any plan to develop more pools or a different restructure to the pools that you can talk about?
Well, one of the things that we actually been talking about since 2019, it's pool mining. So basically, for those people that owns the captain character, that's why they're so special, is that they will be the pool operator, and then they can run pools to lead different. It's really designed for, let's say, a lot of new users coming on board. They might not have a stronger mining power, right? So that's why you will have the captain character to be the pool leader. If you own that NFT, you can run pools, and everybody can actually just join your pool so that you'll have. So you join a pool with a more hash rate, so there's a higher chance that you will earn the reward. So that's one thing that we already have it planned this for a while, and it's going to be released by this. I'll say probably by this quarter. I'll say it's probably feasible.
It's
and
Q2.
Q2.
I'd say
Yeah,
early
it's a
Q2.
Q2.
Early Q3. I mean,
maybe
we're
end of
May, so
Q2.
end of June, beginning of July, I think is
Yeah. And then we are also continue on looking at adding more rewards. As recently people seeing that, this mix that's being added as a BSC token. So user have a chance to earn Chef Mixie NFT. And also there's a Bunny token that we're adding. And then there's also, what's another one? I think we're also adding CGG, I think, right? That's in the plan.
Yeah,
Can we talk about
CGG,
it? Yeah,
we haven't
CGG token.
formally announced it, but we have rolled.
We're planning to add
out.
CGG. We're testing it right now. And then I know we also continue adding
we have
the conversion between CGC to CGG. That's going to be turned on as well, right? So, and then we actually have more partner token that's going to be added as well that we be already talking to or in the pipeline that's about to be added. So reward-wise, we're trying to add more rewards. And then gaming-wise, we're also adding more functionality. We actually do have something in the pipeline which we cannot talk about it yet. But then it's like I'm trying to hide things, but then I'm not, because there's a reason why we just cannot leak everything. But do expect to see something end of Q2 or early Q3 that people will be happy with what we're doing. But we are working on something.
Beautiful. And we also have the DDIM and duck rewards that we're going to be adding as well into that platform, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, and also War Riders native token. And I always forget the ticker for War Riders token. TV.
Is B something, I think.
BZN,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So bottom line, sounds like a lot of fun integrations into the NFT
ZR.
mining platform.
Yeah, we can even ask them, even now that I think about it, right? I probably think it's feasible, right? We can also do like a special reward for like physical merchandise, right? It's just like how we drop the reward. So this anything's feasible.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I guess Rob, we're going to come back your direction here, and this is obviously pertinent to what our very exciting kind of new reveal of KuCoin, right? So the question is, what are the promotional awards that were mentioned in KuCoin release article, and are they related to buying and selling CGG on KuCoin?
So I mean, I think it's fairly consistent that that there's some sort of celebration for for the token to go on the net, an exchange, especially one as big as KuCoin. So we're still working out specifics, with regards to that. So I can't fairly confirm that anything with regards to that at the moment in time, to be completely honest. So it's just kind of a watch this space. We're hoping to have something out within the next week or two with regards to anything there.
Yeah.
Awesome. So possibly something, but we just can't discuss at this exact moment. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
I mean, I suggest and you infer that's how this relationship works.
Can I just say that we are actually developing a character for KuCoin. I think that's okay to talk about.
What? We are?
Oh, we're not. Oh, we're not supposed to.
I don't know. I don't know if we can talk
no.
too much about it, but I'm sure Noy knows something.
That's it.
Cut the tape. Oh, love it.
Just
No, I think that's okay for us to talk about.
Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's quite exciting.
No, it's like we are. Did I design something?
No,
No,
like,
actually,
what-
I made this design. Yeah, sorry, yeah, I drew it.
What can I talk about here? I want to talk about the character so bad.
I know. I show it to them, but yeah, Rob. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think the only fairness is that the character, the guardian, whatever that is, to be shown when it's meant to be shown.
It's so funny because Emma's definitely the leaker out of all of us. She gets so excited about the project that she just can't stop talking about it.
Yeah, I always leak. I know. Yeah, I was like, I am troll how much stuff I leak to her. And I was like, I know I can trust you. Can I show it to you? Can I show it to you?
I know we have. Let's see here. I know we have some other questions. I'm gonna skip forward because I know Carlos is he's on vacation time right now, and he has another meeting he has to get to. So Carlos, I'm gonna kind of bring you on here, and then you can drop off and get to your next meeting. We don't want to tie you up too long, but Criolla asks, what is the current marketing strategy, and then what events and collaborations are planned for making ChainGuardians token popular?
Yeah, so current marketing strategy, we have a ton of ideas that we want to implement, new ideas, and just change the game a little bit as far as how a blockchain gaming company markets. But at the same time, we have so many partnerships in the pipeline that it's hard to squeeze everything in there. It feels like there's so many announcements that need to get out, and just reveals and new characters and updates to the platform. But we're within the space. We're also we're going to start working with some influencers that are going to be, just full disclosure, we're not paying them to do coverage for us. We're rewarding their community instead, right? Because we don't want to work with people that are only incentivized to talk about us because of price action. We want people that are genuinely interested in the platform and what we're trying to accomplish. And we're not going to just, splurge on people mentioning us in videos that might be forgotten in a day. So we're building these long-lasting relationships with people that we can grow together with. And I'm really excited about that. So some of the guys that I've been watching, early on when I got into crypto, and I'm excited to be able to connect with them and see that their excitement about our platform as well. It's really cool to see because they realize, what we're doing isn't the typical, number go up type of project, right? We're actually developing something that's got long lasting effect.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, Carlos, you and I work very closely with developing these types of strategies. And on one side of things, we obviously have the acquisition section of consumers that we're targeting, and we have a bunch of different unique, like really exciting things in the pipeline on the marketing tactics side of things. But working with influencers, and I think you nailed it on the head. We've had pretty passionate discussions that, number one, we don't want people to just shill CGG, right? Like, ChainGuardians sells itself, the product sells itself. So the people that we collaborate with need to be natively and organically intrigued in what we're doing, but also comprehend the value of bringing the use case alive for NFTs. And so on that front, there's a lot of really exciting things that we have in store, and a lot of the work that we've done, even though we have done some of the more visible things like the marketing efforts with our announcements and so forth, some of that is viewable right now on our social media platforms, but a lot of our efforts are actually kind of longer term, where you haven't necessarily seen them come to fruition yet, but when you see them come to fruition, they're gonna have some pretty heavy impact. And so obviously we can't talk about it right this second, but Carlos has alluded a little bit to it. Connecting with some people that truly believe in what we're doing. And then a lot of it, is also on the back end, the retention side. And that's kind of what I focus on, being more of the branding and the community. And we have a lot of things in the pipeline for kind of how we can retain users, not just acquire users, but retain users. And really the bottom line is it comes back to education as well. ChainGuardians is really, it makes marketing easy, because when the product is, sells itself, there's really not a whole lot you have to do besides educate and then interact with the community and onboard brand loyalists. And there's a lot of really cool things that we have in store. We've seen the Guardian program start to come to fruition, and there's going to be some announcements this week coming regarding the Guardian program. And then we're continuing to expand kind of the value of what we're able to offer on the NFT mining front. So a lot of really cool things in store. And again, just to kind of reiterate, a lot of our front-loaded efforts have been longer term type of developments. So it's going to be interesting to see how all of those evolve. And I know that it kind of, you and I will pop in Telegram every once in a while. We'll look at it, just like, the things you guys are saying, don't worry, it's happening, right? We just can't talk about it yet,
No, I actually go to the Telegram group actually every day. I do read it, and then just sometimes things like, oh, there's things like, but we can't really say much. It's like, okay, but
and we don't want to say stay tuned. We'd rather, as things occur, we'd rather give you that information, because we don't really believe in the carrot in front of the horse too much. And so it's interesting, because it's like, all right, well, we're doing this, and we're doing this, and we're doing this, and we're doing this, and that's a great idea. We should consider that. But we're also doing this and this and this. So it's interesting to see.
And then also, we are actually doing a lot of things on the back end, on the tech side. Maybe a lot of community member might not realize we are a blockchain project. We actually spend more than 50% of our efforts and time and money on the back end tech, right? So that's another things that easy to see. And then look at it, we just put ourselves on Bitsee, and then we also, of course, recently released VRF Chainlink. All those need back-end tech development, and then we are working on staking for our website, which will be released soon. And then also we're working with Pete Network on the NFT portal. There's a lot of exciting things that's happening. Just that it's like we're doing so much, right? And
Cut the tape.
Because I'm leaking about the NFT portal. No, people knows it's coming.
Oh gosh,
Look at Robbie.
How many heart attacks a day do you have, Rob?
I just
know it's coming. Come on.
I want to follow up on something that Emma was mentioning, and I feel it's relevant with the marketing. A lot of these partnerships that we're announcing, they're real partnerships. They're actual, tech integrations. We're actually doing innovative stuff on the different platforms. We're onboarding, their digital assets over to ours and giving life to other projects, NFTs. So it's not like a lot of projects out there that just do partnership announcements just for the sake of co-branding something and just having stuff out there. We're really developing these partnerships and growing together. That's really cool on the marketing end, because we're able to migrate audiences back and forth, right? and really create this network effect. And ChainGuardians has been doing this for a long time, probably one of the innovators in the space when it comes to really networking and building together with other projects. So that's a really cool way to market and grow together in the space.
Yeah, and I just
And
want to.
I just wanted to, sorry, I just wanted to add that just last week alone, we released, I believe we're the first project release NFT with Chainlink's VI function that you can just randomly generate an NFT based on different colors, right? Different attribute. So that's something exciting. And then, yeah, just that, just so much things we're actually doing, right? By working with different partners within the ecosystem, and they're like some of the top best projects that we've been working with. So.
You know, and you just nailed it on the head, Emma. A lot of it's about collaboration in the space too. And you know, as I'm kind of looking at a roadmap from things we've done in the past and things we have in the near future, I'm like, how many world first types of movements and integrations do we have in the pipeline? It's just like world first. I'm just like, wow, it's absolutely incredible. And then to recap kind of what you were saying, Carlos, I'm just going to give a very brief segment here of things that have happened since IDO. We've been listed on PancakeSwap, KuCoin, Uniswap. We've had collaborations with Elrond, Bondly, Tidal, Refinable, partnerships with Bridge Mutual, integrations with P Network or Orion, the PCGG and BNB staking on PancakeSwap, the integrations of Bondly tokens, mixed tokens, DDIM, Duck tokens, PayPayMon integrations, Chainlink, VRF tech integrations. On the community event side of things, we've had the community challenge winners that we had, which was a blast doing that. The PvP release, Guardian program release, PvP leaderboards release. I think one of the high points for ChainGuardians was the chronicles of the Mixie versus Whale NFT art that we were able to do. That was, I know we all had some very long nights during that, but it turned out pretty freaking hilarious, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out. And I'm sure
Actually, when is the final version, Noi?
Yeah, I was gonna give it to Noi here in a moment.
You're talking about the comic book?
Yeah, part 2, the ending.
Of course, it's happening.
Where's my poster, Carlos?
I'm waiting for these final designs, dude.
Yeah, Robbie wants a poster.
You know what? Back to you guys. Yeah, this company.
Hey, guys, you know what?
It's been insane because I don't know if you guys, most people don't know this, but I quit a really good paying job just to do this thing. And the amount of things that you guys have been able to do within the last like 2 months is like 100 times more, like as far as output, like the new projects and new partnerships and stuff like that. Like I used to work on a big company, and just the level of integrations is staggering compared to like this big company that I'm not going to mention their name. It's probably illegal that I do that. But, it's kind of mind-boggling, and just like Emma says, there's so many projects going on, right? And it's almost impossible to focus on any one thing, but that's a good thing. It just keeps us very nimble, and it's very exciting, and there's so many firsts, like Ben was saying. And the list goes on, and the future looks crazy, and it's very exciting to be a part of this group.
Oh, I forgot. We do have the first watch that ever released. That was in 2019. But we're doing more coming.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Yeah, no.
Wait,
but 2009, we
also...
actually released the first NFT, like a chip. A watch that's tied to an NFT. So
yeah, the first NFT, it was tied to physical merchandise in the form of the watch. I think as well, like just to reiterate that as well. I think there's this whole new narrative coming around now around NFT Bridges. Emma spoke about something earlier. She's like, the portals, where you might see my eyebrows raise a bit because that was supposed to be a surprise. But anyway, actually, there's no new narrative there. It's a recycled one. In 2019, we worked with Matic, now Polygon, and we have already successfully deposited and withdrawn an NFT onto MaticNet. There's nothing new about interoperability. It's just that it wasn't a key focus at that stage for many NFT and blockchain projects. We did it. We successfully deposited and withdrew Mudra, which was the Matic's native character, Guardian. So there's nothing new there. It's just that there was no major issues at current time around scalability, in particular for Ethereum, because gas prices weren't what they are now, where Ethereum's rocketed, and the scalability issues kind of resurfacing again since the last major pump, let's say a bull market, if you like, in the space. So that's why we were then working with Matic very early on at that stage to explore, and successfully doing so, moving NFTs onto Matic Polygon. So it's nothing new there. That tech's been there with us, and we did that, and that was another world's first that we did, right? So I mean, even if you go back through the kind of history of ChainGuardians, it's one of the things that we've always looked to do is to pioneer new technologies which are going to enable mass adoption into both blockchain and blockchain gaming. So yeah.
I just thought about something that it'd be fun to do. You know how Noi drew this cartoon comic for the Chef Mixie? You know how you did version 2 and version 1? You
Emma,
can print version 1. Oh, Carlo has to go?
I'm going to interject really quick. I'm just going to let Carlos kind of hop off here because he does have to head out. But if you all enjoyed Carlos and were feel blessed to have witnessed his hair, drop a like down below and obviously comment, and we'll see if we can't persuade him to come back for some more content. Carlos?
Love it.
If this video gets more than 50 likes, you're going to get we're gonna do a random giveaway for one of Ben's sponsors. He's sponsored by bacon flavored protein powder, so we'll give that away.
Noi might have to do the art, but we can start that up over time, I'm sure. Carlos, thanks for joining us today, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, thanks so much.
Bye, Carlos.
All right, bye.
All right, Emma, sorry.
He actually has an important marketing meeting to go, so we better let him go.
See,
I better not say who he's meeting
everyone
with.
always gives marketing crap, but we actually do things. I promise you.
I know. He's actually meeting with somebody important, actually.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt you, Emma. You were saying you were bringing Noi on to
I was
talk
thinking,
a little bit.
you know how Robbie said he wants the poster? I was thinking it would be so cool. We can print the part 1 of the comic on the front of the t-shirt, and then we can print the part 2 on the back of the t-shirt. So I was just gonna say that. So that'll be pretty fun.
That's great.
So you get the whole story. Yeah.
All right, so let's see here. We have Frosty 3000. Rob, this is going to be coming your direction. And Emma, there's a second question here that you might be able to hop in as well. Is will you increase the number of NFTs you can mine with to greater than 9?
Not in the near future.
There's a reason.
Yeah, there's a big reason which we can't talk about, to be completely honest. But even like Emma she might just go, yeah, blah blah blah, we're doing this, but I'm not going to. So that's up to the CEO. But no, not in the near future. And I think it's just I think if you allow somebody to have, like, let's say 30 NFTs and stack them all, I mean, you further creating potentially a divide to, let's say, a newcomer who can afford 1 or 2 NFTs or whatever, to somebody who can afford 30 NFTs, and is therefore, and a massive part of what we've always tried to do is bridge the gap between free to play and play to earn. There is no perfect economy for, like, gaming ecosystem for that in the world. If anyone solves that problem, believe me, that they're going to overtake Amazon in shares, right, in stock price. But we will continue to build and work with our community, and governance will help to enable us to resolve that. But for now, this is an easy way to kind of manage that to a certain extent.
Beautiful.
I agree.
All right, and then Emma, coming your direction here, do we have an ETA on when we can play the RPG on the tablet and phone?
We are actually. I think right now people can actually play it on a mobile. No, I think so. It's just not as smooth. But then we are actually wanted to move the whole game to mobile later on this year once it's fully rolled out. So we do wanted to test it, and then wanted to make sure it's functional, turn on the play to earn. So once all those features being implemented, then we'll see by end of the year, we'll see it on mobile, because we do understand a lot of people prefer mobile much more than playing on PC. But right now also we figured, because it's COVID, right? A lot of people is at home, so PC is not a bad choice on a bigger screen.
I think you've got to understand the market a little bit there, just to touch on it really quickly as well. The vast majority of blockchain gamers are browser-based players from our understanding and research. And, for the play-to-earn blockchain gamers, the vast majority of them want to see it on browser, which is what they've got it on. Mobile gaming is a different market. And I think that to enable play to earn on the mobile side of things is going to be more challenging, because we need to release it as an app, and it's like as soon as you do anything that involves tokens, you know, if you're releasing it as an app through Android, Google Play, or iOS, there's a lot of questions asked there. So you can make a soft version of the game which has not got enabled, let's say, play to earn and let's say NFTs or anything, where you can just make all, like, you can produce a completely mobile based experience whereby the game's just completely standalone, and you can like have in-app purchases of buying the characters, but they're not NFTs and they're not earning, like, let's say, like, you know, tokens like on the blockchain and stuff like that, right? So I think that we'll see a softer version of the mobile game in that capacity, so people can still enjoy the experience and they can still get involved, but it won't be, let's say, I think the full blockchain enabled mobile gaming experience, not in the immediate sense anyway.
Yeah, no, that's I have heard, and maybe one of you will be able to confirm, I have heard that there are some browsers on your phone or your tablet that currently lets you be able to play. Do either of you have kind of a baseline of that?
I do recall some members was telling us that they're able to play on their mobile. So
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
it's
so,
just
yeah.
like done through browser, and depending on the phone and the different kind of
Yeah.
like, yeah, I think settings and functionalities.
And
of
also
their
the wallet
phone.
integration, whether if you have
Yeah.
MetaMask on your phone and stuff. So it
Yeah.
depends on how
Yeah.
you set it up. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this question, Noah, I'm going to bring you on. This is more of a Ben question. I've been intrigued. Are you ready for it?
Okay.
I've been intrigued. Out of the characters that are currently out, which one has presented the biggest difficulty for you from start to finish, and have you allocated the most amount of time to perfect?
Should I answer this one? I don't
We have
know.
the power of editing, Noy. We can do whatever we want
that's
here.
true. That's true. For some reason, the most recent crop of characters have been really challenging. I think it's when we started out, there wasn't any real template. It's just to draw this really cool looking character, and I would have kind of free reign on what to do. So, as most artists, like we always work our best when we don't have any kind of roadblocks in front of us. As I mentioned before, I used to work for a big company. There were a lot of roadblocks. There was a lot of cooks in the kitchen. So by the end of the project, it wouldn't even look like my stuff anymore. It would just be somebody else's, like, or 20 other people's ideas. That has nothing to do with the recent crop of like characters now. It's the biggest problem now is that I'm drawing a lot of animals, which I kind of suck at.
Oh, spoiler.
Yeah. So yeah, Robbie is like,
We Canadian likes to leak. Sorry.
yeah.
I think we need to add like a meditation yoga session at the end of these meetings just for Rob to make sure that his blood pressure doesn't go too high.
It's okay. They won't know which project, but they all want animals.
It's gonna start going gray on the top, right?
He's already gray on the top. Just show us the gray under your cover up.
Yeah, I know. You were saying that on the last stream. It's
Just a little.
oh boy. But yeah, I mean, just back to your question, Ben. I think Idon-san was actually pretty difficult. There was a lot of back and forth on that one because there was a lot of just uncertainty from everywhere, like from the team over there and internally. I think it was difficult. We just had to keep trying and trying until we got it right. Right now, there's a certain bird that I'm drawing that's very difficult. You can edit this out.
Don't make me work too hard, Noy.
Oh, Robbie's like,
I actually don't know at this stage.
Oh, really? Okay. But there's the let's just leave it at that. Let's just leave it at that. All the other ones that involve human characters been great. Just Emma, did you want to say something?
I'll make sure the next project is a human character. That's all I can do for you.
She knows exactly. We talk every day about these things, and she's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah,
I
well, I
know.
can say this, Noah. You were given a pretty ambiguous, from the way you described it, it was given a pretty ambiguous platform with draw. What was it, like, wisdomatic? You were given a couple words that were it's like, well, how do I put pen to paper and create this? And I know the community is really, and myself, as you know, every single time I see you, I tell you I'm a fanboy. The community is very happy with how Idon turned out. So as always, props to
Awesome.
you on making that come to fruition.
Yeah, I can't wait to keep designing characters. I'm gonna get better and better at drawing. That's just how it just organically happens. So the Guardians of the future will look 100 times better than the stuff we have.
We
What? It's already very amazing.
Yeah, well, I'm good. You feel that way.
I was telling him we actually need a chain guardian. Like we
Oh,
need a guardian for ourselves.
we
Yeah,
do.
yeah. You would
Yeah.
just model it after Noi. Ravi's like,
Yeah.
no.
No,
Well, no, we'll have an animal. Don't worry. I already told Noi what it is already.
oh, another animal. Wonderful. After what I just said about animals, awesome. Okay.
It's nothing against animals. It's just the sequence of back-to-back animals, maybe, right, Noi?
It's like 100 animals in like all together. Yeah.
Yeah, it just happened that all of them are, I don't know, just turn out not, they don't want a human hero. So I was like, okay, it just happened.
Well, when you have like Zerare on the male side and then Bitsee on the female side, I mean, they're just such amazing character designs. It's like, well, we'll just go out in a different sphere and create a character in a different sphere. So kind of understand that from that perspective. For Emma, this is going to be more for you. It's from CryptoCur. Kier, who asks, what will the upcoming staking options be in the Guardian program or outside of the program? I know there's probably this, again, intertwined within some NDA stuff. I'm not sure if you're ready to talk too much about it, but I figure we'd throw it out there and see what kind of response you want to give.
Yeah, on our roadmap is actually on the website that we are working on our own staking program, and it should be ready by end of Q2. So we actually started and just been working on it, and then of course we also want to do some testing and all that first, so that it is on the roadmap for sure, 100%. But meanwhile, people can definitely stake our token on PancakeSwap. That's why we work with PancakeSwap very closely to release or to be on there. So right now people can stake against CGG and BNB, I believe. Yep. So, we are trying our best to explore options as well. But our official staking will come out by end of Q2. We might have something beforehand, but just look out for the announcement. It will be coming.
And to reiterate, the beginning of Q3 is slated for Q3, but we're optimistic it might happen before then. Is that correct?
I think so.
Yeah. The roadmap we put on Q3, we try to be conservative with everything so that we can hit all, because we have a huge roadmap. If you look on our roadmap on our website and you look at other projects' roadmaps, it's light and day, because projects don't like to overcommit and then be held accountable, so they keep it minimal. But we've got a huge roadmap, and we still aim to better that roadmap. Just through how hard we work, and that's the same with the staking. We put down Q3, it's a conservative estimate, but we aim to deliver it before that. Like Emma says, reasonably right now, it's probably looking more like the end of Q2, to be completely honest. But then with tech, you never know what might pop up. There might be a massive, a whole hands on deck technical thing next week, which detracts people's attention. So you just have to set expectations accordingly and then aim to over deliver.
Perfect. Love it. And I think that's the the thing with the blockchain space is there is a degree of uncertainty and volatility. So I can say firsthand, being within the company, I've been more than impressed with our ability to not only meet our current roadmap, but surpass the expectations that we've kind of outlined in the roadmap, because it's such an ambitious roadmap and we hold ourselves to that higher standard. A lot of that's on you and Emma as well, and then Noi being able to do everything kind of within time constraints. So props to y'all.
Thank you. Yeah.
We've got an extremely talented team. We're very
you should ask Noi how hard we make him to work. He works like 20 hours a day over the weekend.
Almost 19 hours a day.
Yeah.
19 hours, 37 minutes, and 15 seconds. But who's counting, right, Noi?
Who's counting?
Love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we're going to move forward here to Z_Malik. And again, apologies if there's any pronunciation issues. Asking, can you share any metrics relative to the game, such as daily active users, games played, amount of CGC mined so far. I can tell you right now that I'm currently working on a post that's going to outline just overall CG growth over since IDO essentially. So I hate to use the terminology, but stay tuned. It's in the process, and we'll make sure that it's properly disseminated across our social medias as that comes to light. And the next question, he had 3 questions. The next question being, you could go back in time. Is there anything that you would change over the last couple months? And I'll start kind of with the founders, and then Noah, I'm also going to bring you on for a quick answer to this question as well.
I actually have one. Now that I think about it, I think if I had a choice, I'll probably hire Ben and Carlos a little bit earlier.
I feel so honored. Wow, Emma.
Yeah, seriously, marketing and promotion. Yeah, you and Carlos has been great. So that's one thing I'll probably do it earlier.
Thank you.
But then, just always the timing, right? Like we've been just focusing so much on development. So timing wise, we could have bring the marketing folks on a little bit earlier.
Yeah, it cracks me up because a lot of people don't necessarily know that in addition to everything ChainGuardians related, I've also had like a full-time career over the last like month and a half. It cracks me up how much time I've taken off to focus on ChainGuardians. So I'm not gonna say that. All I'm gonna do to add to that, Emma, is I wish I could have joined full-time a little sooner as well.
Thank you for believing in our project.
Oh, of course. Rob, your direction.
I mean, I think there were once or twice where I think we could have been a bit clearer with communications here and there, to the community. I don't want to go into too much specifics, but I just feel like, we got taught a harsh lesson around the clarity of some things that were communicated with regards to some sentiment, and obviously we've learned well from that, I think. And I think a large part of that was we went through this exponential growth period within the team as well. I think for the longest time as founders we had so many hats. We did so many different things that and we had a really much more like a smaller knit community, and the community just went whoom, and our team just went boom, just exponential. And there was a few times where we just didn't quite hit the mark in terms of communication, and obviously in hindsight it would have been nicer that we would have probably been just been a little bit more clear at times with the community, and probably just made everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. But look, every decision we made, and everything we've done, we've always tried to keep the project and the community at the heart of it. And ultimately, no one's perfect, but we do the best we can. We're still human beings behind the cameras and the computers.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
we're not robots.
I mean, Emma might be like a robot, but I'm a human.
Yeah, no joke. Emma's awake when I go to bed and awake when I wake up, and I don't sleep much. So I have to ask myself when Emma finds time for sleep.
Oh yeah, I used to send message to Noe, like me and Noe is in the same time zone. And it was so late, I feel bad. I don't want to text her and waking up. Then I'll send her an email like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And at 8 o'clock in the morning, I text her.
Doesn't sleep, honest to God.
Yeah, and I'm the same too. I mean, I'm not like stealing Emma's thunder here at all. I know how many hours she works, but no. But I know from IDO till now, and even about a month before IDO, I would no lie 16, 18, 20-hour days, and it's not really settled down from that ever since. The only time we take time off really is if we're not feeling too great. And that's been months.
Or home renovations, right, Rob?
Oh yeah. Well, unless you've got, and that's more about if you've got like a demanding fiance, I guess.
Is she watching the recording?
Yeah.
Oh,
might have to edit this out a little bit. No, you're coming in your direction.
I have a lot of regrets. No, what's that?
What
would you change over the last couple months, if anything at all? I mean, I wouldn't change any of your art personally, but maybe you have a different perspective.
Yeah, no, I every piece that I do, I'd like to always kind of go back and change. I want to actually a big one I want to do is revise Bitsee, a lot of the early characters that we have. I really want to do that, just kind of make her more modern. But to be honest, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Today's my first day actually officially with this company, right?
Yay.
Congratulations.
How do you say that?
I might have to
Yeah,
do like
sure,
some
why not?
streamers or something during this
Yeah.
segment.
The fingers are good. They look like streamers, but
Thank you.
yeah. But I mean, this is not like, this is relatively new. This just kind of blew up within the last couple months, right? Like the last few
I have
months.
to say, yep.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah, there's very little that I could say right now that I do differently. It's still too early, I think.
We might
Yeah.
have to bring you
He's
on
been
for
with us
follow-up.
since day one. He has been with us since
Yeah.
2019, right? But then
Yeah.
like we couldn't, as a small startup, right? We try to get our connection, utilize the resources, but as experienced artists like himself, it's hard to have him full time. And then there's always so much risk out there that we don't want him to risk as well. So, but now I think the project is at a good spot that we can have him full time. We actually, and I texted him this morning to say congratulations, welcome, like happy birthday or something.
He bought me my lunch, which is really
I did. I actually sent him some Ethereum to say and go buy yourself a lunch and cake.
It actually happened. That's a true story. It happened.
Yeah, I did. I
don't
did
think
send it.
Emma's
It's for my
never bought
personal
me
fun. It's for my personal fun. I say as a good boss.
never sent me Ethereum or never
No.
bought me lunch. I don't know how this goes.
I
Like,
can buy some teriyaki and CGG, Emma. Just saying.
Sorry, it's only for Noi. It's something special.
All right, last question. I know everyone's super busy here, and every one of us has a different kind of task or project or meeting we're going to after this. So last question here is, can you share your plans for bringing more gamers and users to the CG metaverse? I'm going to start by just saying, I know, Rob, you're eager to get the answer out for this one. Just honestly watch the video. Like, we've covered a lot of different marketing strategies. We've kind of outlined a lot of different things in the pipeline. And so continuing to share this and focusing on branding, community, and then going back to the retention acquisition thing, continue to expand on the different scopes of how we're approaching acquisition, market penetration, and targeting different segments, but also continuing to focus on building the community and focusing on the retention as well. That's my answer. And then Rob, Emma, I know you guys probably want to add a little dash to that as well.
Well, I mean, first of all, I guess we should just indicate that we're not a metaverse yet or ever. I don't know the answer to that. But no, we're not a metaverse. We're a gaming platform, right? So I guess I'm gonna take away that word at the end there and assume it just means share more plans about bringing gamers users to CG. We call it obviously the Cryptoverse. That's what we refer to the world as being, the universe as being, if you like. And I think one of our major strategies has always been just continuous driving of use case for our NFTs across like drawing users from other communities as part of our partner gaming alliance, like our Cryptoverse alliance partners, if you like, the games and such, exposing our games to them and vice versa, showing our users their communities and their NFTs and whatever. So that's a very powerful one. Obviously, we're driving awareness through all the marketing and the merchandise initiatives and such as well. We're continuing to expand into now. We've got like Noi being able to work with us a lot more, a lot more heavy focus on the artistic side of things. The team's expanding in the writing side of things as well. So obviously we're looking to also ensure that the law is more thorough in how it is rolled out. So there's a lot of different ways that we're working on driving users to CG.
Love it. That's a great response. It looks like Idon, the third founder, hopped on the call, and I think he is here specifically to roll out and say thank everyone for tuning in today. So that he's making kind of a special appearance just to thank everyone for participating in the community AMA.
Hello. Yeah. Hey guys.
Hey, Idon.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh my God, he's on camera.
Wow, this is a special appearance.
I just don't want to show up because I feel like
He actually works from his closet, by the way.
Hey, Idon. I want you to.
You guys get the studio. Yeah.
I'd like you to answer this last question, which I think is a good one, and I feel like I answered it really, really badly. User adoption is critical for success. Can you share your plans for bringing more gamers users to CG Cryptoverse? And I guess the difficult one for that is, how do we answer it without revealing all of our hidden secrets?
Oh, Idon, you're on the spot. Did you know it was going to be this when you signed up here?
No, okay.
By the way, can I start by saying Idon has a good haircut? Your hair looks nice.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah.
And clean shaven too.
I woke up in the correct side of bed.
Oh,
my
and
God,
we have Carlos back too. Oh my gosh. This
Howdy,
truly
howdy.
is. It's like winning a lottery here today.
Yeah, for sure. You guys are lucky. Yeah, so no, I want to mention like our entire ecosystem is designed to be very all-encompass, embracing all the projects. So I think it's very natural. I don't think we have a super rush to say, hey, we got to spend a lot of marketing dollars to get everyone in. I think it's we want to be working with these other projects, adopting new technology. So by doing that, we're kind of, you can say, kind of divide and conquer in a way, as in we're working with this chain. We want to develop a new character guardian for that, and they will learn about our game. And we will then bring up these core users from then over together in this joint Cryptoverse. So I think it's not. I don't think there's a super rush, but it is so many new other projects that we haven't even tap on. So I think the opportunity is still like huge there in terms of, hey, each of the bigger projects. I think when we first started, we were kind of working with a project that's kind of just around the top 100 coin market cap. Like these days, I think I feel like we're closer to around like the 50 to the 40 in terms of coin market cap. We all are working towards working with some of the even higher up there project, especially ones that parachute stuff. So I think as we were to engage more technology, adopt new technology, because we love to use all these new techs, right? The VRF, the Pancake Swap. We want to integrate those tech and integrate with the community. So I think definitely in terms of getting more user in, I think that's really our main angle, which is both want to include these other guys, but at the same time, I think it's just kind of merging all the community to, at the end of the day, making the entire crypto and all the technology really stick. So I think that's the longer term game, rather than say, hey, should I throw $100K or $100,000 into just marketing? Which could, but you might get a lot of people just come in but don't really understand tech. So I mean, blockchain is still kind of being adopted. So I think we will have to give it its time for people to learn and embrace the technology while we grow. That's kind of my view.
Can I add on to the back of that as well, Idon? I think what Idon said there is really important, and it's one thing that like we kind of, I think everybody from the inside of crypto is just like, we need to do this huge marketing campaign and capture all these mass gamers of millions and billions of them. Look at them all. There's loads of them, and it's like, yeah, great. But did you know that, like, statistically speaking, you need around 250,000 users to play your mobile game, 250,000 daily active users for, like, let's say a monthly turnover of like maybe, I can't remember the exact number, but say $20,000 US. 250,000 daily users for $20,000 monthly turnover. On the flip side, if you look at blockchain gaming, I think if you have 200 users, you go way above $20,000 US. If you have 2,000 blockchain DAU, users, you're looking at probably over $100,000 US a month, right? And I have actually seen these statistics, and I can't remember them exactly off the top of my head, right? But if you've got to think of it like this: that every one blockchain gamer you adopt, you're probably talking 1,000 traditional gamers.
Yeah, I was gonna say 1,000. I was gonna say exactly 1,000. Yeah.
And I've seen this statistic. Someone presented them to me not long back, and I'm really sorry I can't remember who it was or exactly the exact numbers. But the difference is staggering. So I think that that obviously blockchain gamers have a different thought process. We're talking about play to earn. There's a huge educational like, let's say, consensus. There's got to be a massive onus on education for anybody that's coming in that's not already within the blockchain gaming ecosystem. And I think that what Idon's talking about there in terms of the integrations and the working across the different platforms to show them what we've got and how cool it is and how much awesome stuff we're doing is probably more important than just doing a scattergun at traditional gamers right now. Longer term, obviously, we should be part of a wider initiative amongst gaming alliances and blockchain gaming alliances and so on and so forth to make that happen, to grow that pie for everybody, for the traditional gamers to come across. But for one blockchain gaming project to say, you know what, we're going to have 250 grand or 250, a quarter of a mil, and we're going to use it in traditional marketing, and we're going to draw a million traditional gamers, and we're going to make, everybody's going to make billions, right? It wouldn't only be naive, it'd be arrogant and wrong. So I think, just to kind of reiterate what Idon said there, look, that's the aim, that's the long-term aim for everybody, but you have to be measured and reasonable in your approach.
Yeah,
but
sorry, go for it, Idon.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, but the tech is getting easier. Like 3-4 years ago, it's very hard to make a blockchain game. These days, it has become a lot easier. A lot of tools have came out for a programmer to be able to more easily make the game. But also in terms of usability, it has become a lot easier. A lot of projects have been kind of pushing for the easier adoption. You can kind of pay with credit card now to get some crypto. Back then, you don't even know how to get crypto. So I think all the adoption curve have become a little bit easier. One last angle is what Ravi didn't quite also add is part of this is the level of sophistication of a blockchain game, just because most of the blockchain assets are collectible. So essentially, you have to have some wealth to be able to hold collectibles, or AKA getting early. By the same time, be able to manage your wallet so you don't lose your private key, because there's a lot of frauds out there to try to scam you for something. So I think there is kind of that sophistication, but I think technology is improving to both help protect people as well as make it easier. So I think it will grow bigger and bigger, but I will just still need time to make everything more mature for mass market, but it's definitely getting there.
Yeah, and I just want to.
Can I also just add? Sorry, Ben.
That's okay. Go for it.
Also, because where we position ourselves as the first superhero blockchain ecosystem, so Noe has helped us to design so many wonderful characters to represent different blockchain projects. So we are almost like one of the best gateway for external non-crypto users, I'll say, to actually, they might just start by looking at those characters. Okay, hey, this character is cool. Oh, what is this? Bitcoin? Or they say like a Binance, like Binance, or represent Binance. What's Binance, right? Like those are the things that people might actually, because of the character, because the story and then the drawing that we bring to our users. So anybody outside of crypto might have actually the chance to be interested to learn about the crypto project because of the, maybe just by looking at the character, or maybe by looking at one of the story that we have, right? So it's almost in a way that, and also because of our gaming. So because of game, unique art, and also the story, there's ways that we can actually attract the traditional non-crypto user to actually interested to learn about blockchain because of what we have built. And then we are the only project actually it's like superhero based, right? And then because we're so integrated with so many different blockchain projects, so it's that we're actually in a very good position to actually, could be an educational platform that, that we can also build to actually help to the mass to actually try to learn about crypto, right? So almost like the stepping stone to say, hey, oh my God, this is a cool things that, the superhero. Oh, what's this? And then you can learn about different projects, and then you get into gaming and then you start to earn, and then say, oh, this is crypto, you can actually earn and stuff, right? Like this, I guess, different angles. So I think even in mid-term and long-term, we're in a good position because we already build our ecosystem that's not just for the crypto users, but also for external people who don't know much about crypto. They can be interested by just the art or just the story, and then they can start to look into it because of those cool characters or those cool and the story that we have.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's just it. I think all of you have done such a good job at kind of giving the overview and diving a little bit deeper into kind of the different perspectives we have. Just coming at it from a marketing angle, and to kind of recap everything that was just said, is Chain Guardians really has this unique position to be able to combine all these different market segments. So right now we have gamers in that segment, and then we have blockchain enthusiasts, and then we have blockchain enthusiasts that are gamers. And kind of going back and recapping kind of what everything was just said here is that, you know, there's this pool of money, and we have to prioritize where the most efficient use of those funds are in terms of where we decide to market and what the tactics outlined are. And so looking at it from that perspective and a kind of a more broader scope is that we have marketing strategies and tactics outlined for all the different segments that we just outlined. It's just those efforts won't always be visible to different segments and different audiences, first of all, and we also have to be strategic about how we roll those out and the allocation of those funds. Any final thoughts? Anyone wants to add on this question?
I could say something. This may be anecdotal, but I posted an Instagram picture yesterday, and and the messages that I got asking, "What is this thing?" I represent the casual. Like, I'm not a crypto specialist or anything like that. I'm just getting into this. I'm pretty new at it, so I'm like the perfect person that you should be speaking to. Somebody who likes nerdy stuff, likes artwork, but now all of a sudden there's artwork in this space. Yeah, I was getting so many messages yesterday about my drawings and asking about what is this thing, how's it tied to NFTs and stuff like that. So a lot of the casuals are already coming in just via the artwork. So I think that's kind of cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are at the end of this video. We are now an hour and 20 minutes in. So instead of getting everyone to kind of yell, "Thanks for watching," I'm going to give a brief little outro, and then maybe we can get everyone to give a Lolita fist, right? Because that seems to be the direction we're heading with these intros and outros. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Oh, my camera just died, so we get frozen face on Ben here. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. This is obviously our first kind of community AMA in this regard. If you like what you saw, comment, like, subscribe, stay tuned. Obviously, you want to stay tuned for all the Chain Guardians updates. And I guess now is when we're going to throw our fists up. A little Lolita goodbye, everyone.
How's it look?
Love it. Carlos gives a double fister. I like it. All right. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for tuning in.